You may have already heard that the Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the ocean. But what exactly is it? While coral reefs, kelp beds, and other coastal areas might be reasonably familiar, the deep ocean is an incredible and largely unknown world of canyons, seamounts, abyssal plains, and other astonishing geological features. Undoubtedly, the most impressive of all the terrain beneath the waves has to be the Mariana Trench. This video will answer all your questions, starting right at the beginning. So, without any further ado, let's start. What is the Mariana Trench? Deep below the surface, at an area in the western Pacific Ocean between the Philippines, Papua New Guinea, and Japan, the crescent-shaped Mariana Trench dramatically opens up the seabed and is the deepest oceanic trench on Earth. To make it easier to imagine, we can think of oceanic trenches like canyons on land, but they're considerably longer and wider. Why is it called the Mariana Trench? The deepest part of the world's ocean was named after the nearby Mariana Islands, which lie about 200 kilometers, 124 miles, westwards from the trench, a little north of Guam. These islands were named after the Spanish Queen Mariana of Austria, when European settlers colonized them in the 17th century. However, it's worth noting that the first humans arrived from the Philippines significantly earlier, between 1500 to 1400 BCE. It is unclear who specifically came up with the name Mariana Trench. However, the earliest known reference was in a report by the British survey ship MS Challenger known as Challenger II. The Royal Navy team explored the trench using explosives and a handheld stopwatch, a wireline sounding machine with a 40 lb weight, and an echo sounder in 1951. Before that, the trench was discovered during an expedition of the original MS Challenger in March 1875. This ship used the traditional method of ocean exploration, a weighted rope. The crew measured a depth of 4,475 fathoms, equivalent to 8,184 meters, 26,850 feet, and named the spot Challenger Deep, rather than using the more sober description from their survey log sample, Station 225. How deep is the Mariana Trench? The Mariana Trench measures approximately 10,984 meters deep at its lowest point, equivalent to 36,036 feet, or 6.83 miles below the surface. The deepest area at the southern end of the trench remains named Challenger Deep after the first expedition, and the lowest spot is located at coordinates 11.329,000, 932.142.199,305. Challenger Deep is a slot-shaped depression in the base of the much larger main trench, and it consists of 3 basins separated by mounds named the Western, Central, and Eastern Pools. The Central is slightly shallower than the other 2, but is still at least 10,915 meters, 35,810 feet below sea level. The generally referenced maximum measurement was made in 2010 during the University of New Hampshire survey of the deepest sections of the Mariana Trench. The study used a multi-beam echo sounder fitted to the research vessel USN Sumner to produce the most accurate trench measurements to date. The reading is considered accurate to 25 m. Measuring extreme ocean depths is not a completely precise science. In 2021, a study using pressure sensors suggested that the maximum depth may be slightly shallower at 10,935 meters, 35,876 feet, with an accuracy of 876 feet. However, at such extremes, a few meters here or there doesn't seem worth fighting over. Is there anything deeper than the Mariana Trench? Less than 10 of the world's ocean has been mapped with pinpoint accuracy. However, the whole planet has been surveyed using satellites that bounce radar beams off the ocean's surface to create generally accurate maps of the ocean's depth. No deeper places than the Mariana Trench have ever been discovered. Is there anything deeper than the Mariana Trench? What is at the bottom of the Mariana Trench? The bottom of the Mariana Trench is covered in sediment that has a muddy consistency and is composed of dead organisms, rocks, and other materials that have fallen to the seafloor over millions of years. James Cameron described it as very lunar, like after his dive into the Challenger Deep. In terms of life, the area surrounding the Mariana Trench as a whole is home to some of the ocean's scariest and weirdest looking creatures. However, the extreme depth and associated pressure at the very bottom mean that only very few extraordinary life forms can survive there. There's a complete absence of any light, which means that no regular plants can grow. Diatoms, a type of algae, are found, but these do not require light to live. What lives at the bottom of the Mariana Trench? The first life from the bottom of the Mariana Trench was collected by the AMS Challenger in 1875 when tiny radiolaria protozoa, single-celled animals that feed on organic matter, were found in samples of bottom sediment collected from 8,184 meters. Across the course of numerous expeditions, scientists have identified over 200 different species of microorganisms in collected sediment samples, many of which feed on chemicals, including hydrogen and methane, released underwater. Sediment, feeding, saucer-sized, single-celled xenophiophores have been discovered along with shrimp-like amphipods, scale worms, and small sea cucumbers called holothurians. All these organisms are relatively simple, and even the very largest are pretty small. For example, one expedition found a polychaete worm about an inch in length. Fish can't survive past about 8,500 meters, 28,000 feet, depth. So, they're not found in the deepest parts of the Mariana Trench. The Mariana snailfish, Pseudoliparus swiri, was discovered in 2012 at a depth of about 8,000 meters, 26,000 feet. This unusual species is generally regarded as being the deepest fish in the ocean. Could the Megalodon still be alive in the Mariana Trench? There's no evidence that the long-extinct Megalodon shark is hiding inside the Mariana Trench. Firstly, the trench is too deep for the animal to survive in. No large fish has even been found at these extreme depths. Secondly, the colossal Megalodon needed vast amounts of food to survive, which isn't present inside the trench. Thirdly, large Megalodon teeth are found where the shark lived prehistorically, and none have been found in the trench mud by any of the numerous expeditions. Okay, that's it for today. Anyway, the video has become very long and you don't even watch it for that long. See you in another video. And yes, if you like the video, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!